Give me a minute and let's talk about the Freedom of Russia Legion getting help from the Chechens. This is real, right? We got video published by the Iskarians of them in Russia assisting in operations with the Freedom of Russia Legion. Now, who these guys are anti-Kadyrov, right? You know Kadyrov, he's the head of the Chechen Republic of Ishkaria. And Ishkaria is really the name of Chechnya. That's the name of the people there. That's the name of the land. It was always Ishkaria until the Russian Federation subsumed it and rebranded it as Chechnya. That's one of the first things these bastards do when they take over a place, right? Is they give it a new name, so they steal the identity of the people that have always lived there. So the only reason that Russia won the Second Chechen War was because of Kadyrov. Kadyrov's a traitor to his own people, and he betrayed his own people, sold it out so that he could rule the country like a petty tin pot dictator like Putin. And so if it weren't for the traitor Kadyrov, Chechnya might still be a free and independent state of Ishkaria. And the Ishkarian brigades, the freedom fighters for Chechnya, have appeared in Russia alongside the Freedom of Russia legions. Now, the troop strength is unknown for all of these groups. However, it appears that they have more men and machines than in any other cross-border incursion and are making real progress. In Tetkino, it appears that they are holding the town. The cross-border incursions in Belgorod appear to be taking the same kind of stance. And now you've got additional troops showing up. Who's to say who else is going to show up? Or who's to say who's going to turn a blind eye to this? Remember when Eugene ran his march to Moscow, the Prigozhin rebellion? In that mutiny, the Russian regulars stood aside. They just stood aside and let him pass. Who's to say that some of those Wagnerites that had been part of that mutiny didn't call their friends in the Russian regulars and say, hey, man, we're not looking for any trouble with you. Just stay the fuck out of our way, and we'll handle it. Because these guys are making too much progress. They're making too much progress. For the limited resources that they have, for the limited number of men, how are they doing this? And the short answer is there must be complicity inside of Russia. The fact that the Ishkarians are there, we don't know how they got there. We don't know where they traveled from. They are suddenly on the battlefield fighting for the freedom of Russia and wishing everyone a blessed Ramadan in the name of Allah. You know, so it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that is certainly playing out on the territory of the Russian Federation right now. Do not believe the nonsense. The Russian disinformation fire hose is spraying all over like manure from a manure spreader on a spring day. These guys have not been eliminated. The territory of Russia is compromised, and there is ongoing civil war inside of Russia. That's the only way to describe this.